coming up on kitten season, which is when numerous little babies are born, and fortunately most mama cats are really good with their babies, and people will often find litters of kittens by themselves without moms. If they're fat and shiny and they look healthy, like this one, no, they won't be this big, but they'll be tiny, we recommend to people, leave them alone. It's really hard to do, to leave them, but it's the most important and it's the best for them. A lot of folks will bring in baby kittens and they'll say, oh, I know the mom's not coming back. I watched and watched and she never came back. The moms can leave for hours and hours at a time, 6, 8 hours sometimes before they'll come back. They're usually out hunting, getting their food. And so one thing you can do if you're really convinced that mom is not coming back, you can sprinkle flour kind of around the baby kittens, as long as it's hard when it's raining and things, but if you can sprinkle flour around that, then you would know if mom had walked in or out, because those babies are not going to be able to move. They're going to kind of just stay right in their spot. They'll cry and mom will come back and feed them. So it's really important. The best thing to do would be to leave them alone, and it's hard to do, but it's by far the best for them health-wise. So if you find baby kittens, leave them alone, check on them. If you're very convinced that mom is not there, put flour around, and that way you can see her paw prints if she comes back. If you are a bottle feed foster, it's very labor intensive. You have to feed them every couple of hours. The most important thing medically to watch for is to make sure they are eating. We also recommend that you monitor their weight daily. And we have little guidelines for how much weight they should gain over a certain amount of time. The other thing is you want to make sure that they are pooping and peeing. And so I know sometimes you have to stimulate them to do that, but the most important thing medically with newborn babies is to make sure they are eating and that you keep them warm. And oftentimes that means like a heating pad with a blanket or something in between them and the heating pad, but they do need to stay warmer than what a normal kitten would, and to make sure they're eating. If at any point they stop eating, we need to see them right away. They're not of the age that they can go for a day or two without eating, like our adult cats or our adult dogs. They can go a few days without food. Newborns have to eat frequently, and so if they stop eating, definitely let us know.